I never thought I would tell this story out loud, because for a long time I was convinced that if I stayed quiet, things would somehow fix themselves. I believed silence would protect me, protect my family, protect whatever was left of our relationships. But silence doesn't heal anything. It only teaches people how much pain you're willing to swallow. So this is my story, told the way it actually happened, from beginning to end, without pauses, without pretending, without protecting anyone who didn't protect me. I'm a 29-year-old woman living in Austin, Texas. I work remotely, I live alone, and most days my life feels calm now. But it took losing almost everything familiar to reach this peace. 3 years ago, my younger sister married my ex-boyfriend, and my family didn't just accept it, they chose it over me. I met Ethan when I was 23. We were interns at the same marketing firm in Dallas, young, ambitious, trying to prove ourselves. He wasn't loud or dramatic, just quietly confident, the kind of man who listened instead of talking over you. We clicked naturally. Coffee dates turned into weekends together. Weekends turned into moving in, and before I knew it, 4 years of my life were built around him. My parents loved him. My mother used to tell me I was lucky, that I had found a good man early, that I shouldn't take that for granted. My sister Lily was 19 when she met him. She was the baby of the family, the one everyone protected, the one who never had to carry responsibility. She was outgoing where I was reserved, expressive where I was careful. Back then, I never felt threatened by her. She was my little sister. That thought alone should have been enough. Ethan and I didn't break up because of betrayal or anger. We broke up because life started pulling us in different directions. I wanted to focus on my career, to explore opportunities, to grow into myself. He wanted stability, a timeline, children sooner than I was ready for. One night, sitting on the couch in our apartment, he said he loved me, but didn't think our futures aligned anymore. It hurt deeply, but it was honest. We cried, we hugged, and we let each other go. I thought that was the end of our story. After the breakup, I moved to Austin for work. Lily stayed home with my parents. Ethan stayed close to my family too. My mom invited him over for dinners, holidays, casual weekends, saying he was like a son to her. It made me uncomfortable, but I didn't want to seem bitter or controlling. I told myself I was being mature. Then little things started to feel wrong. Lily posting photos with him, jokes between them that I didn't understand, his name coming up in family conversations more than it needed to. When I mentioned it, my mother laughed it off, telling me I was imagining things, that Lily was like a sister to him, that I needed to move on. I wanted to believe her, because believing her meant nothing bad was happening behind my back. One evening, Lily called me. Her voice was shaky, nervous, like someone standing on the edge of a confession. She told me she needed to say something before I heard it from someone else. My heart sank before she even finished the sentence. She said she and Ethan had been talking, that feelings developed, that it wasn't planned, that it just happened. She reminded me that months had passed since the breakup, as if time alone erased everything I had lived. I couldn't speak. I felt numb, hollow. When I finally found my voice, I told her calmly that if she chose to continue, I wouldn't be able to be part of it. I didn't yell. I didn't insult her. I just told her the truth. She cried, said she never meant to hurt me, said she hoped I'd understand someday. The next day, my parents called. Not to ask how I was coping, not to check if I was okay, but to explain why Lily deserved happiness too. That sentence still echoes in my head, as if happiness was a limited resource and mine was less important, as if my pain was an inconvenience. 6 months later, they got engaged. I found out through social media, scrolling past a photo of my sister smiling, with the ring on her finger. A ring disturbingly similar to one Ethan once showed me when we talked about the future. No one called me, no one warned me. I wasn't invited to the engagement party, and eventually, I wasn't invited to the wedding either. My absence was framed as drama, not grief. I stayed away. I didn't attend. Not because I wanted revenge, but because I couldn't sit and celebrate something built on my silence. Relatives were told I was overreacting. My mother said family should come first, never acknowledging that I was family too. A year later, I went home for Thanksgiving, thinking enough time had passed. I was wrong. Ethan was there, sitting comfortably in my old place at the table. Lily was pregnant. Everyone was glowing with happiness. I smiled, stayed quiet, tried to disappear into the background. Then my aunt looked at me and asked if I wasn't just so happy for them. Something inside me finally broke. I stood up and told them that I lost my partner, my sister gained a husband, and my parents lost a daughter. The room went silent. My mother cried, not because she understood my pain, but because I ruined the moment. That night, I left early, drove back alone, and didn't come home again for 2 years. Distance became my survival. Therapy taught me that boundaries aren't punishments, they're protection. I stopped explaining myself to people who benefited from not understanding me. Slowly, I built a life that felt safe again, peaceful again, without needing approval from anyone who had chosen comfort over my pain. Then 2 months ago, my sister called me. She was crying, broken, barely able to speak. Ethan had cheated, not once, but repeatedly. She said she didn't know how I survived losing him. I didn't say I warned her. I didn't feel victory. I simply told her I survived because I had no choice. Now my parents want to fix things. They want dinners, apologies, normalcy. But some bridges don't need rebuilding. Forgiveness doesn't mean access, and healing doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. I don't hate my sister, but I don't trust her either. I've forgiven for my own peace, not for their comfort. If you're listening to this and your family chose what was easy instead of what was right, know this: you're not dramatic, you're not selfish, and you're not wrong for protecting yourself. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away and build a life where your pain is finally taken seriously.